Hi everybody, welcome to this short talk on image compression. Here I have an image file which I took on my camera, my Canon camera. It's a CR2 file, which means it's a raw file. It hasn't been processed by any software yet. It's just an image that I took on my camera and it's super high quality. I can kind of get an indication that it's high quality because of the file size. It's nearly 35 megabytes of information stored in that image file. So there's a lot of detail. So if I'm going to email this to my mum or upload it to my blog, it's going to take a little bit of time to upload or download because the file size is so big. So what I really want to do is find a way to compress that file so I can save it using less memory. Okay, that's really what I want to do. I want to compress the file. So less memory is required to save the information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the file with Photoshop. Hopefully it's not too big. It should be okay. So here we have it. This is the image that we're going to open. Oh, that's interesting. Photoshop knows the make of my camera. How is that possible? Well, it's possible because within this image file there is some metadata. Metadata is data about the data. So in this situation, it's data about the image. And one piece of metadata that is stored in the image file is the make of the camera. Wow. Other metadata that is stored inside the image file is the date and time that the photograph was taken. That's metadata. Okay, let's go back to Photoshop and let's open this image. Now then, if we go into image size, we can find the resolution of the image. It is 5,472 pixels wide and it's 3,648 pixels high. Okay, that's the resolution of the image. But it's too big. For my purposes, I want to be emailing this, I want to upload it to my blog, I need to reduce the file size, not the image size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a JPEG file. Now JPEG technology runs a compression algorithm. Okay, so what that compression algorithm does is the algorithm goes through the image and it looks for color information that's kind of the same in an area. So in this area here we've got all this kind of dark orange. So the algorithm is going to discard some of the color information because the human eye is not really very good at distinguishing between colors that are quite similar. And that's what the JPEG compression algorithm takes advantage of, the limitations of the human eye. So it finds areas of color that are quite similar and it will just simply discard some of that information. And by discarding some of the color information in the image, it makes the file size smaller. So let's do that. Let's run JPEG's compression algorithm. In fact, in Photoshop, I get an option here to choose the amount of compression that I want the JPEG algorithm to run. I'm going to select the compression setting. And Photoshop says, okay, if you want to save as JPEG, you can choose a medium setting, you can choose a high maximum setting, or you can choose a low setting. And it even gives you an indication of the resulting file size. I'm just going to choose the smallest value possible and see what happens. Apparently, I'm about to reduce the file size of my image to about 1 megabyte. Remember, the original is 35 megabytes. Let's do OK. I now have a JPEG image. This is not a CR2 image anymore. it kind of looks the same. Not bad. In fact, just to compare, let's open the original CR2 file again, which I think was this one. Yep, this is my CR2 file. Here it is. This is the CR2 file. And this was the JPEG file. Let's just give them the same zoom. Right, let's just flick between these. Can you see any difference? This is the original. This is the JPEG. Do it again. Let's go back to the original. Did you see any difference? I didn't see any difference. So the JPEG compression algorithm has discarded some of the color data in the image, and that has made the file size smaller. If we go into the JPEG's image size, you can see the image size is the same as the original. That hasn't changed. The file size is much smaller. Okay? Now, let's imagine that I delete the original file, the CR2 file. So I only have the JPEG. I'm now going to open remember, this is a compressed file. This is compressed. I'm now going to decompress it. I'm going to open it. That's kind of known as decompressing. I'm going to open it in an application. This is just Photo Viewer. This is the decompressed file. The JPEG compression algorithm discarded some of the original color information. When I decompress the file, when I open it again, I'm never going to get that original data back. That is gone forever. I'll never see it again. So the JPEG compression algorithm is known as lossy compression. Lossy compression. It means when we do the compression, we discard some data, we're never going to get it back. It's gone forever. Okay? So JPEG follows a lossy compression algorithm.